Probably you have an update on Dwayne?
Yeah, from the information that we gathered today, he's going to be out this week, and we're still gathering information as it pertains to the rest of the evening. We should get some more, and which will decide what will happen next week and the following weeks after.
Is there fear that it could be like a multi-week thing?
Yeah, I mean, there's that possibility that there could be IR, and but again, there's a lot of information that's going to come out here in the next 24 hours.
So where does that leave you now at the offensive line? Would you guys? I mean, you're probably still figuring that out, I guess. But would you envision putting George back over at left tackle?
Yeah, so George is going to the left, and Max Mitchell is going to get his opportunity at the right spot.
Robert, when did Dwayne get hurt? Was it practice or working out? Or?
Yeah, it was a practice. We believe it was Monday. Not to get into great specifics on exactly what it was, but I think that we can pin it back to Monday.
Robert, I don't know where you were on Max Mitchell, in July when you were envisioning things, but it seems like his course has been accelerated here. Just how prepared is he to start against the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday?
Well, one thing I can say, if you're on an NFL roster, whether you're practice squad or not, you're one play away. I mean, that's how quickly it can happen. And, I've said it before, Max is much further along than we thought he'd be at this point. So we're very confident that he'll be able to step in and do his job. We think the acceleration is going to go even faster because there's nothing like getting reps in the NFL and getting baptized early in your career. And, so we have a lot of faith in him. He's a fantastic athlete. He's very smart. He's just got to learn the nuances of the NFL game and the game within a game when it comes to the run game and pass game and all the different things that are asked in that one-on-one battle with a defensive lineman. But really excited about where he's at and really excited about where he's going to go because he's going to be a really good football player, and and really excited for him to get this out.
Where is Ben physically? Is he good? I mean, he's been, I guess, a little limited.
George?
Yeah,
he's fine. He's fine. He's ready to roll.
With when you sign a 37-year-old player, is there a risk because of all the wear and tear over the course of his career?
There's risk with everyone. I mean, when you draft a kid, you're always going to have risk. Dwayne has been very healthy his entire career. He takes amazing care of his body, and it's unfortunate. It's a football injury, and I don't think it has anything to do. The guy moves around like he's 29, so he's got a lot of life left back in his body. So. You could always play hindsight game and all that, but with Dwayne, there was no indicators.
With Max, he got to play some in the Eagles game against some of their starters. So, what do you think he took away from that experience?
Oh man, he lined up right there. His first. I was watching it with Mike LaFleur this morning. His first NFL snap was trying to reach Fletcher Cox, and he did well on the play. And his first pass set is on Hassan Reddick. So. He's already been baptized, but now he gets a relentless Baltimore defense. He's going to see Calais Campbell, who's one of the best of all time, and so he's going to get his ops and feel pretty good about the way he'll play.
Robert, do you shake your head at all? You did all this stuff in spring and summer to try to avoid injuries. Dwayne Brown, he's 37, but the guy played every game 3 of the last 4 years. It seems like that injury luck happening again in this game.
Yeah, it's injury is luck, but it's I do think we've done a really good job with regards to injury. We're pretty healthy. Obviously, Zach, Makai, and now Dwayne are the 3 most notable ones. Otherwise, we have a full roster, and so overall, we feel really good about the plan. The injuries that did happen were football related, and that part is luck, and every team's going to suffer that. So it's next man up, and we got to roll.
We have talked to you a lot about continuity, offensive line. These guys haven't got on staffs together. Now you do another lineman. What's the level of concern with these guys going out week 1 after?
Yeah, you're always going to be concerned, but like I said, no one cares. We got to go, and we've got to get reps. Thought we had a good day of practice yesterday. Good day of practice on Wednesday, and we'll put together a good day today. So the 5 got to get together quickly, get acclimated quickly, and we got to play.
How anxious are you to see your rookies on Sunday? We talked about them for 6 months.
No, I'm really excited. It's like revealing new toys, right? But are opening up a new box of golf clubs. Some of you guys can relate, but no, they're. I know Garrett's excited. Brees, all the way through Michael Clemens and Jermaine and Ahmad. Yeah, they're the max. I mean, we got a full set of draft picks rolling on Sunday, so it's going to be fun to watch them play. Again, they're going to have rookie moments, but one thing I'll tell you is they're going to play their absolute tails off.
Robert, you've been on winning teams and not winning teams, and young and old. I believe Joe Flacco a couple weeks ago made a reference to the timetable when this locker room of young talent figures out how good they can be. What is the secret, or is there a secret? What's the challenge, and what does it take for them to figure that out? And how quickly.
Yeah, that one's tricky. So I've said it before, the fifth time I've been part of a rebuild, and I'm going to reference back to my earliest one, which is San Francisco. In 17 we won 6 games, in 18 we won 4 games, and we have this young roster, Kittle, and we have Bosa, and we have Fred Warner, who's going into his second year, going into 19, and we weren't sure, and none of us were sure, and we beat Tampa, and we play a couple of games where we win, and it wasn't until that 5th week when we beat the Rams that everyone was like, damn, maybe we're pretty good. And that's when the personality all came out. So it comes down to having success, believing in what you're doing, and continuing to stay focused even through adversity, like we had in San Francisco, but through adversity to believe in the process and believe what you're trying to accomplish, and that eventually you're going to learn how to close out those fourth quarter games, and you're going to learn how to win those games. And that's kind of where you feel like with this young group and all these game changers we think we have, when they learn how to close games and when they get that experience on how to play in these tight games and these battles that happen, and they start gaining that confidence, that's when everything takes off.
Is it a lot to ask for it to happen Sunday? If it start to happen on Sunday, and do you need that positive reinforcement of a result probably to get over that line?
No, it's you always want the result, but you got to keep the main thing, which is doing your job 100% of the time. If you trust in yourself and you trust in what you're trying to accomplish, you're going to learn. You learn on the fly, and it'll be awesome if we can learn with winning. But at the end of the day, it is staying focused on everything you've got control over, which is your job first. And if everyone does that, I think we're all going to love the result.
Take a couple more. Robert, with George Fant's versatility, does that kind of not relieve you guys, but the fact that he can go both sides just kind of makes this a little bit easier for you guys to do, for him to kind of, all right, from left to right, back to left?
Yeah, and I'm sure it's frustrating for George because, like, I don't everybody just wants to settle in their job, but credit to George. He is an uber athlete. He's got great versatility. His whole career, he has always been a team guy first. He's a phenomenal teammate. And for him to sacrifice and jump left, right, not easy for him. But at the same time, he's so gifted and so athletic and so and smart enough to be able to do that. So him going to the left side this week he's making it very easy for this transition to happen.
What type of atmosphere are you expecting at MetLife Stadium on Sunday, home opener, season opener on September 11th?
It's going to be, I'd imagine it's going to be awesome. With the fans, I know you all like to tailgate. Appreciate if you always get out there early, get in there early. Would love it if everyone sings the national anthem. Don't just listen to it, just sing it. I think it's the coolest thing when the stadium's singing. But I think it's going to be electric. It's going to be a full house. Can't wait to hear the JETS, Jets chant with, how many do we seat? 80, 90, standing room only. But but get in there early, have fun, and it's gonna be a fun day.
Robert, does it mean a little bit more? You talked about it when you were hired, September 11th, and the impact it had personally for you. But the fact that day you'll be coaching right across from there, and probably a lot of the people in the stands have been directly affected.
There's no doubt. It's amplified because it is 9/11 in this city. Not so much for me, but for the people who were in the thick of it. Obviously, I know it's documented about my brother, but I heard stories this week about cars being at MetLife Stadium for months afterwards because no one could pick it up, and in Long Island train stations, and the tragedies that led up to this. So I think it's very personal for a lot of people, and I think that passion is felt not, countrywide, not just in New York, but it's a little bit more important here, and that tomorrow means a lot more than just a football game to a lot of people, like you said, in the stands. That's what I think makes this day, what's going to make Sunday pretty cool.
Robert, after Zach's injury, you were pretty quick after the game to say he should run out of bounds, right? When we talked to him the other day, he said, I'm not going to change the way I play. It was a non-contact injury. It wasn't because I ran. I mean, I was kind of surprised by that answer. Did you see that answer, and what do you take from what he said?
Yeah, I agree with him. You can't change the way you play. I think everyone will agree, like when he had that 50-some-odd run against Jacksonville, we're all pretty excited about it. That's his style. What he's going to learn is how to showcase his style, and the argument can be made that in the first preseason game, second series of a first preseason game is not the time, or the first quarter of a first down scramble may not be the time. But to save the amount of time you can expose yourself to having to make those hard cuts, to make those body exposing runs, how do you limit those, and how do you pick and choose your battles? That's where he's going to learn. But as far as changing his style of play, you don't ever want him to change. It's just having awareness of when you want that style of play to showcase.
All good.
All
Thanks,
right.
everyone.
Thanks, everybody.